This is a new day, a new beginning.
Welcome back, everybody, to another video. And today we're going to be talking about episode 6 of Ahsoka. And let me tell you that this episode did not disappoint. So let's get into it and let's dive in and see what we can uncover. So as you guys know how we do these things, we're just going to be talking about the episode and basically just talking about, not really breaking it down, probably a little breakdown, but yeah, let's just get into it. So, we finally got the introduction to Grand Admiral Thrawn, and I gotta say, he looks absolutely amazing. Like, the whole aesthetic with Lars Mikkelsen, and it just looked amazing. And the way he talked did throw me off a bit because I haven't seen Rebels in a while, so it's like it did throw me off a bit. But once he started talking and everything, which was amazing, and we finally got to see Ezra at the end of the episode, which I will say Ezra's eyes, or contacts for that matter, threw me off for a loop because his contacts, like, I know he has like blue or purple eyes in the show, in the anime show, but in this one, it was just like, it was just out there, like, it was just popping, which, that to me threw me off, but it was good to see him again. But we also got to see the grandmothers, which kind of scare me with the Night Sister mothers, because obviously we've seen them in animation and with Rebels and Clone Wars, but just seeing them in live action kind of scared me. Like, we know that Morgan Elsbeth is a Night Sister, but just seeing the grandmothers kind of freaked me out a bit because we haven't seen them in live action and they were very scary. But we also got the introduction to a new character, Enoch, which Enoch, I can't wait to see who's under there or if we're ever going to see him. But Enoch and the Night Troopers, I have to say, are probably some of the coolest looking stormtroopers we've seen since the first time we've seen them in A New Hope. But yeah, those Night Troopers are definitely all dead, because as we know in the end of Rebels, we do see some stormtroopers where in the Chimera with Ezra and Thrawn, and some of them did die in Rebels, and then once they shoot off, why not just use the same ones you used again? And we know that Thrawn is using Night Sister magic to keep them alive, which is, I would say, very interesting, because what happens when one of them dies? Do they just get back up, or do they just keep moving after they've been shot? Which I think is very cool, because you have these undead stormtroopers that you could use and use and use, and they just won't die, which is very interesting. But also, I want to know what's in those pods, because they're definitely either more troopers, or they're Night Sisters, or maybe they could be fallen Jedi that have died during Order 66, and Palpatine just collected some of them, put them in a coffin, and just sent them off to be experimented on, probably to gain Force and use their blood to gain the Force from. Which it would be pretty cool if they were, I would say, Jedi, because that would be very interesting to see how many Jedi are in those pods. But I think they're either more stormtroopers or Night Sisters, because with the Night Sister magic, we know that they could reanimate the dead, what we've seen in Clone Wars and Rebels, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this episode with Sabine, I will say Sabine did get a little bit annoying at the end of the episode, because when Ezra was like, hey, how did you get here? And she says, that's not talking about that right now. No, let's talk about it. How did you get here? Like, I don't know how you got here. And she could have been like, oh yeah, these two dark Jedi who came with me. We got Thrawn still. And there's this other person, Morgan Elsbeth, she's a Night Sister. But no, she decides like, hey, I'm just not going to tell you right now until maybe the next episode. But come on, you can't tell me that Ezra's just like, yeah, whatever, let's just talk. It's like, I get it, you guys like each other a lot and you friend zoned each other, but still, come on. Please tell me why you didn't just tell him. It's very important how you got there, and it's just like, I just don't get it. But yeah, Balin and Shin, I have to say, have been the top contender for my favorite characters. Well, no, I couldn't say that. They are the top contenders for my favorite anime TV character of a new show, because with Balin and Shin, I feel like if it wasn't for Balin and Shin, this show would have, a lot of people would have dropped it. But no, I think Balin and Shin have been carrying this show a lot. But, and R.I.P. to Ray Stevenson, man. I wish he got to see how much love he's getting for his character in Balin. But R.I.P. to the man. But yeah, with Balin saying that for Balin, for like his mission is very interesting, which I hope he doesn't die at the end of this season, because it'd be just a tragic loss for a character. Like, I know Ray Stevenson's dead, but for a character like that to die at the end of a season where we just got him would suck. But yeah, that was just, Balin and Shin are probably two top contenders. But yeah, with this whole episode, I loved how it's like they send Sabine off, and I had to say, whoever those people are that were trying to attack Sabine, why not just shoot her in the head? Like, they had the whole opportunity to shoot her in the head, because she didn't have her helmet, but, you know, armor and stuff and plot holes. But yeah, I think that this show is probably the best Star Wars live action show I've seen since probably the start of Mando season 1. And I know that Mando season 2 was good, but this show is on top. It probably goes Ahsoka, Andor, Mando, Book, and Kenobi. But yeah, it was just, I thought it was just an all-around good episode. The introduction of Thrawn, the Night Sisters, more lore we got with the Night Sisters, and Peridia, the new planet, which apparently is a Night Sister homeworld, which I have to say the music in this is just spot on. But yeah, that was such a good episode. Like, I couldn't just, it was just good. Like, the whole episode was just good. And I think that the next 2 episodes are going to be such strong episodes for this. I think it's going to be a top contender for one of the best seasons in Star Wars. Well, the best season finale in Star Wars. But yeah, I think that this show is going to be groundbreaking. But with the introduction of Thrawn, Night Sisters, Enoch, the Night Troopers, it's just going to be a good season. But yeah, man, it's like, I get the complaints with the show, and I understand where they're coming from, but that doesn't affect the show for me. But man, this is just an all-around good episode with Thrawn, Enoch, Balin, and Shin. I will say the weak point was definitely with Sabine and I don't know what they're called, but the crab people. The crab people were pretty cool. Like, obviously they're native to that world, which makes sense, but Sabine was definitely a low point in the episode, because it was just and the thing was like, they couldn't find Ezra for all that time, but Sabine was just like, yeah, I found him within like a day or 2. It was just wild. And that dog / hog looking thing she was riding reminded me of those, I'm sorry, but those things in Lord of the Rings, I forget what they're called, but those things are pretty cool. But yeah, I know I'm just rambling, but yeah, that's all I have for this episode, and I hope you guys loved it as much as I did. And if you didn't, that's okay, because we're all Star Wars fans here and we all love it. But yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow's episode, and I think it's gonna be a wild episode. But yeah, that's all I have for now, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.